Zal. Zal's outside finishing loading his stuff. Okay. Alright. So, let's get this underway. We have currently been deployed to this planet at the request of the Ministry of Fervent Intercession, because they seem to have a hard-on for us lately. And their first fleet of... what was it? I almost called it the first fleet of retardation.
I came from that fleet.
I think I was born in that fleet.
The first Fleet of Forbearance. It's their attempt to mimic us and our successes. Has deployed 2 separate teams to this planet and had them go dark. The first team managed to make a simple transmission of a report. The report stated that they had made some kind of discovery and were requesting support and further orders. The fleet was then unable to contact them with further orders and deployed a second team, which consisted of a larger force and why did I just hear my name? Anyway, a larger strike force and a honor guard of the minister. That team has also gone dark. This was the initial landing point of the first team. The second team apparently passed through here as well. So we're starting here for clues. You may have already noticed that there's several waypoints marked on your maps. These are the positions of interest. Consist of a couple burning locations, a command post, and the large dome structure that is on the north end of this camp. I want everyone to spread out, scour the buildings, look for any kind of information, any signs of anything else, while also checking the 5 markers that are on your map. Once we have checked those 5 markers, we'll reconvene at the center of the camp, go over what we found thus far, and see if we can't figure out a further course of action. Stalker and Skell, I want you guys to make sure you are equipped for spreading out and operating independently, as we currently have no major leads thus far and may need to split our forces in multiple directions in order to track down leads on where the teams have disappeared to. That's all I've got for you for now, unfortunately. We, of course, currently have a storm outside, which should help our visibility when it comes to the local humans, which have been active in the area. But our primary objective for now is finding the missing teams, especially in the body of the honor guard if we cannot find him alive. That's it. Grab your gear, spread out. Let's get this mission underway. Ooh, this is going to be interesting.
Yep.
Indeed.
Kern.
Yeah.
You got bring long range?
Oh, I get them in hand too, aren't I?
Yeah.
Everyone, do double check and make sure that your faces are visible to everyone. Also, I am streaming.
Didn't sound like streaming to me.
Yep, I'm spreading the word.
Did I just get you banned from Twitch for a trademark icon of Scooby? I'm sorry,
Alright, there
man.
we go. Should be good.
Okay, just double checking. Ground to ground frequency is 50? Correct.
Yes.
Alright. Stay firm still. Best you know. Alright. Teams of 2 if you can. Go check the dump site. Let's check the burning stuff next to that excavator. And someone check that command post.
Alright, so how many do I have here in fucking Vindicator? I have Zal, I have Ato, I have myself. Where's Zen? Zen, get over here!
Zen's already deploying to check out the command post.
Yeah, just trying to assign teams. Alright.
Yep.
Alright, Kern, let's go.
Alright. Zal, you'll be with me. Zen, you'll take Ato. Alright? Alright, so, Zal, you and I... Oh, you will be joining us for this as well, won't you, Field Master?
Yes, I'll actually be on the field for the first time in a while. Nice change of pace.
I thought that I did... Oh, wait, you joined in too late for that op, didn't you?
Yes, come on, let's get this underway. I want to actually
Alright.
get my legs stretched.
So then, let's see. Let us take...
Oh, you have no idea.
You found a body?
What was that?
We found a Sangheili.
Hey, Ferb, check over the body, see what you can find out about it. These are all human.
Indeed, it would appear so.
And humans say what we did to them was cruel?
Indeed.
All signs shall have shared their intel with the group for...
This is just nasty.
His dog tags literally have no name on them.
Fortunately, some things are not triggering as they're intended to. Great.
There is intel regarding the mass graves already online.
Excellent. At least those are
Tito,
working.
down here with me.
Of course, seems this thing's not firing quite like I want it to. It's supposed to be clearing the objectives, but apparently not.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Alright guys, bring it back into the center of the base. These objectives have already been cleared.
What should we do with Fallen's brother?
This is Reaper. I've got a bunch of laptop stuff inside of the dome, but none of them have a way to interact. Unsure if that's what we're looking for, if we're looking for something else.
Intel's already been posted to the map currently. Hachi, you can come back over to the main part of the base.
Lux, what should we do with our fallen brother?
What is his current state and position?
He is in the command post. Right next to Fel. Well, across the street from Fel.
Yeah, I'm here. Where is he?
Right here.
At least he died with honor.
Did he? Yeah,
I'm stuck.
it's a human structure. It's a bitch. Crouch.
Let us give him a Viking funeral and burn this heretical structure with him as well.
Oh god, back up. Back up, Zal, back up.
Fieldmaster, I have decided to give our brother here that lays within a proper death. One of fire and destruction. How say you?
Seems fitting. Seems fitting.
I would recommend all stand away.
All forces, meet at the helipad outside of the dome structure. Got a copy. Solid copy.
Also, at this time, all forces get as far away from the bubble shield as possible. Fire in the hole!
User
Fire in
left
the
your channel.
hole!
User joined your channel.
Fire in the hole!
I think you broke the building.
That was intended.
Alright, good. Yeah, you broke him.
Our brother has been sent off the way of a warrior now. Viking funeral.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, everybody over here.
fell. Pursuits conceal, right?
What was that?
Pursuits conceal, correct?
Why?
There's a building that looks like a biohazard building.
Don't want to be too concerned about it. Alright, let's get over this intel. All this stuff is not first quarter. Let's see. From what I saw of the mass graves, it looks like someone decided to burn the human bodies. I'm not entirely sure why. Seems uncharacteristic. Location was supposed to just be a hit and move on. I don't know why anyone would take the time to do it. Let's see. Who found the body that was in the command post?
I did. Well, me and Ado, I believe.
I can hear you. I'm standing right next to you.
Oh, okay.
Alright, give us the intel on that one. What you got?
Well, it sounds like he was gunned down by plasma weaponry.
Plas?
The recording states that there's been lies, dishonor, and the Ultra seeks to preserve anyone who has seen the data that knows that is false. He tends to be send a copy, and then it ends with plasma weaponry firing, and then it ends right there. So he was killed by plasma weapons.
That makes no sense.
Unless there was infighting or potentially heretics.
Something weird's going on. I knew somebody didn't trust something about this whole frickin' situation. What'd you find, Hachi? What'd you find in the labs, if anything?
Large number of drag marks all along the ground, starting at the cots. Unsure of what was occurring.
Skell, what was at the Pelican? Is there any information we could glean off that thing?
Well, they seem to have scientists, despite us not presuming they would have any scientists here. Besides that, nothing.
Scientists? No, this was supposed to be a military outpost.
Perhaps they were working on some kind of weapons technology.
Well,
Possibilities there, perhaps, but where's the
In
weapon?
a biohazard lab?
Chemical warfare.
That would be biological warfare, but yes.
Would they resort to that?
It is entirely possible.
Burnt heap, because that was... there's still
It would have been
smoke trailing from over there.
Perhaps there's a possibility that some kind of contaminant escaped.
Stalker, what did you get from the burnt pile over there? What was that?
I have absolutely no idea. There was no trace of anything. There was a warthog. There was I believe a hornet. But other than that, there was nothing.
Yeah.
Well, the amount of it supplies that there was something was stripped of their contents and piled there. Seems odd enough. Particular attention had been paid to destroy the data storage equipment there.
This makes no sense. Scientists, empty lab. What the hell did they send us to?
This place reeks of a cover-up.
Zen?
What's up?
Well, if there was
Zen, you might want to go on like yelling or something.
yelling, this better.
Probably.
Good for me. What's up?
So the Sangheili, our brother over there, died from plasma weaponry. This is obviously some kind of technology center, so they could have been developing their own kinds of plasma weaponry, correct?
That's a possibility, but this area does not seem to fit that kind of a testing location or facility.
It seems odd.
I'm just trying to offer suggestions or theories.
I appreciate the theory, but this is just presenting more questions than answers.
Something is definitely not right.
Let's see.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Let's see. Ancestors Visual picked up some thermal activity at a location that is off to our southeast. Hang on a second. I'm going to mark it on the map. But there seems to be activity happening around that area. Stalker, I want you to bring. Let's see. Here we go. Mark that. Stalker, I want you to
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
head in that direction and see what's going on there. Grief. Understood.
Will do.
Okay, let's see, what else we got? Oh, hang on. Picking up something on long range. Yeah. Yep, there it is. Let's see. Spotter.
Alert.
What? Oh. That's fine. Silence.
He has not yet mastered the human speech.
Hang on. It looks like we picked up something here. Yeah, there's a spotter, but there's some echo of a Covenant signal that just popped location to our south. Ancestors Vigil is working on triangulation. Alright, Hachi, get ready to move us around. We're gonna need to make some deployments here. This is going to be fun. Okay, well, at least we have some places to go and a signal to track. All right,
So
you're ready?
Who's being diverted to which objectives at this time, Fieldmaster?
I want Stalker to follow that trail to the thermal signatures. It's a smaller location. I don't know how much firepower they have, but your black armor gives you the advantage on that. The triangulation from Ancestors Vigil looks like it's in the vicinity, if not right on top of a town. We're going to want most of our forces for that one, I think. There's picking up some interesting thermal readings on that location as well.
Stalker, are you going to want Skell to aid Stalker in the thermal signatures?
I mean, if you said for black armor, I'm going to assume no, and we'll be going with you.
Yeah. Yeah, Skell, I want you with us. We're probably going to be needing to make a landing a little bit north of that town and move in on foot. I think someone that can jump in and get on top of them quickly is going to be a good advantage on that.
Perhaps at that four-way crossroads, or the clearing just east of it? Or sorry, west of it.
I was thinking the four-way crossroads, actually.
All right.
Go ahead and mark the landing position. Let's get our butts in gear. Double check your equipment. Let's move.
Question: is Stalker going to be on foot, or are we flying with you guys?
We're going to endeavor to drop you close to that thermal signature, and then we're going to move on to our objective.
Copy that.
Last thing is
There's 3 kilometers.
We're going to Rama,
Fair
right?
enough.
Well, what?
We're going to Rama, right?
Alright, I think we're both good, right?
Going to what?
Set as I can be.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh,
Oh, I wish I could bring more ammo for
yeah,
you.
we're going with Vindicator.
Yeah.
All right.
I got
Vindicator, everybody start
You need
going.
more, yeah.
Let's go and double check your weapons and your loadouts.
Does there need to be a change to them?
How's the spirit looking? Good to go?
Let's see.
Yeah, it's doing gold.
I want 1 marksman. I believe Zal is the one that will take that position. Wait, Zal, have you had marksman training?
I'm bringing thermals this time.
I got my sniper training.
User
Like,
left
it
your
was one of the
channel.
first
User
things I
joined
got
your
when I
channel.
joined.
Good. Good. Just wanted to be sure of that. Very well. He is the one that will
You
be our
should
designated.
know. I'm pretty sure you're the one who trained me.
I don't remember jack shit. All right, Zal, you will be our primary. You will be our primary marksman, just in case we need long-range marksmanship. Everybody else, prepare for shorter range and close combat. Make sure your kits are topped off.
Make sure you guys have mag lights.
Yes. Also, make sure you have mag lights in your inventories.
Do mag lights save, or do they not anymore?
Do mag lights
Or do
what?
they-
They
Do
should
mag
save.
lights
I have both a mag light and a Fulton.
I'm not familiar with the Fulton. All right.
The Fulton does not give away your position. If someone looks at you with their naked eye and you're using a mag light, they will see you in the dark. But if you're using a Fulton, they will not.
All right. Load upon the drop ship when you are ready. Load
My
upon the drop
drop.
ship when you are
Which
ready.
force are we wanting to drop first?
Stalker.
Alright.
All forces on board.
Alright.
I do kind of wish we could fucking close the doors ourselves. That would be kind of cool as well. Oh well.
Yeah, it closes them automatically as well, which is kind of nice.
That
Yeah,
is actually quite
because like that time I didn't tell it to close the doors. It did it all on its own. I think there might be some sort of timer hooked to it.
nice.
I think it's actually your speed. Once you go
Because I
to a
was
certain
going very
speed.
fast there, and it was queuing up.
Oh, okay, so you're probably right. I'm not.
Boy, are we jerky right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do not feel that comfortable being this low to the ground.
We're fine. Alright, Stalker.
Especially around trees.
Alright. Alright. Whoever's getting out here, get out here. Unless you guys want to go somewhere else. We'll put you on the other side of that mountain. What?
Open the
They
base.
can't get out if they're not open.
No. Okay. I wish y'all could open the base.
Alright, Scout. This is your stop.
No, it's not.
Or sorry, not Scout. Stop. That was absolutely a flip on my end.
I guess we're jumping out. Here we go.
Yep.
You take no fall damage.
Make
don't
sure you have
worry.
your shields on. Alright.
They jumped into the trees. They'll be fine.
They'll be fine. They have shields.
Finally, the trees are speaking Sangheili.
They don't get stuck.
I can't actually do
they
that
can jump
because my copy and paste macro also happens to double as a lot of Arma's keybinds to yeet me out of the damn vehicle.
Exciting.
Alright, we seem to be much smoother
Movers on
now.
the ground,
That's
we're moving to the objective.
I'm getting a weird feeling that the parasite is somehow involved in all this.
I certainly hope not. One was infernal as it was. Some kind of incomplete version.
Alright, good luck.
Alright. Open the bay doors. And eject. Let's go. Form up on the field,
User
Master.
left your
Full
channel.
security
User
until
joined your
then.
channel.
Stand by. Everybody good?
Oh, we seem to have somebody stuck in a tree. It's Knox.
This was somewhat difficult.
I point and laugh at him. Ah, there it is. Oh, all right.
Apologies if I dropped you farther than intended, but those LZs were picked because I wasn't sure of the AA presence in the area.
Solid copy, Reaper. Oh yeah, I will actually take primary fucking radio call since I'm not the one actually squad leading this, so yeah. This is Vindicator signing in long range ground to ground. I received nothing! This is Vindicator signing in long range ground to air.
Good copy.
Hey, Lux, short range is 220, correct?
Yes.
Okay, copy that.
All Vindicator forces, just to be clear, short range is 220.
Negative, we're gonna follow them and do what they do.
220 sound off.
Sound around, sounding off.
Bastion, Lima Charlie.
It's supposed to go from the top down.
I mean, we'll go with them, and then whenever things go hot, we do whatever we do.
Alright, all forces ready?
Alright.
Alright, Vindicator, we're on the move. Let's go.
Alright, Zal behind me.
Affirm.
Vindicator's on the move. Whoa, eyes on, eyes on.
What do you have eyes on? I don't see anything. Zal, space it out. Oh, Boar, space it out, boy.
Where's Rick?
It's all good.
I am seeing flashlights in motion down in the town.
Eyes on human forces to the east.
Say again?
Where are they?
Oh, yes, I do see a few. They are just at the base of the hill behind the trees.
Reaper checking comms.
There is one in the bar bearing
Good check.
114.
Vindicator, Scout has eyes on the sniper, permission to engage, over.
Skull, Vindicator, permission, Skull, Bastion, permission granted. Wilco.
Alright, there's a sniper right there.
As soon as they shoot, hit that
Push forward, men.
Talking to Bastion. Bastion, go ahead. And confirm that thermal signatures are currently human. You have permission to engage. Stop the position granted. Fire at will.
Indicator, did you guys clear out that human place of worship up top of the hill?
This is Alderon. I've got it. I need a better position anyway.
Taking fire from the town. Look out. Where are you going?
Bastion, we have 2 battle jumpers in here. What, 2? Over?
Are they dead or alive? Oh, wait.
With the field
Are they
marshal.
dead or alive?
Makes that 3, and they're all dead. We killed them. Paper, get back outside of the structure and help clear the town. We're taking a lot of fire down here. We'll go.
Demons coming out of the barn.
Multiple contacts inside this building.
Barn's clear.
Reaching.
Bell's badly hit.
Antimatter rifle somewhere. Keep eyes out.
Took care of it.
Why was this a fucking filled building? Ow! Yellow, performing quick medical.
Bill's patching himself back together. I've got a number of bullet holes. Went through my shield rather fast.
You're clearing buildings, correct?
Clear the town.
Saying Zealot down?
Negative. I'm found. Oh wait, you found the zealot?
Plenty of-
Okay.
Eyes on additional forces. Hey, eyes on additional forces coming from the east.
Paper. All
Solid copy, moving that way.
Engage.
All forces rotate, engage.
On you, Law.
Target down.
Looks clear on thermal, boys.
Splendid. Sounds like there's quite an inhabited building, however.
explain why I saw nothing on thermals.
I got a flashlight.
Reloading.
Oxygen right in there.
Reloading. He's hiding
All's
under
clear.
the bed. There we go.
Is this building one that is enterable?
Alright. Okay, let's get a sit rep. Who's injured?
Luke's Valance is green. Then it would be Uzel.
Zaldaron green.
Good as well.
I can't move. Help, I need an adult.
Jump over the bus.
I tried that. I got glitched through it.
There you go.
Yay! I'm not lost anymore.
Infernal foliage.
Having some troubles there, Lux.
He's not the only one.
'Tis but a twig, I should be able to smash through it.
Worry about it later. Everyone report back to the, that place of worship at the top of the hill. There are battle jumpers inside of it, and there's definitely something worth in there.
Stalker to Bastion.
Bastion to go ahead, Stalker.
The thermal signatures have all
Maybe
been
they were just
cleared.
protecting their place of
They
worship.
were about a dozen insurgents within a human fuel station. The place is completely ransacked. They have set up a lot of makeshift defenses down here.
Wait, does anyone hear a single?
Yeah, there's nothing through there. I looked on the other side already.
That's not an area to get back.
Affirmative, Stalker. Do we have anything in terms of intel that you can scour from the location?
We're currently
Ato,
searching for that now. Over.
No, Ato. Stand against the wall.
I'm sitting in the corner there.
Alright, everyone patch yourselves up. Take
Oh,
advantage of the time to actually...
Brother,
Yeah,
I
there's-
have
there's nothing
confessions
back
to
there.
make.
No.
I don't want to hear them.
Oh. Well, I wanted to tell you about that sex that I had with, 14 women.
Luke's.
User left
4
your channel.
men,
User
2
joined your
tight
channel.
We do
twins,
not need to hear your exploits. Thank you.
an Etch-a-Sketch, and a ferret.
What?
Haha. I'm on the other
Okay,
side.
now you have my attention.
No.
Oh, and there was the slip and slide as well. I forgot to mention the slip and slide.
Oh, you bastard, and you didn't even invite me.
Help me. I'm stuck. You didn't even invite the otter.
No intel, but a
Yes,
couple of
yes,
users.
that's
Open
me.
it. That wasn't me.
Well, it seems like our brother in the confession booth requires aid getting out. He's stuck in the closet. We must
I
get him
just
out of the
wanna
closet.
Wait. I've got this.
I don't want to confess.
What are your sins, my son?
No. He is the one that is inside the booth. He is the one we confess to, so he's the one that gets to hear all of our pleasantly dirty shit.
Okay, go talk.
So, what do humans worship? Just humans with glowing heads? I don't understand.
It seems like they have They seem to worship the sacred rings much like the Forerunners did. Such holy relics of the sacred
Ah.
rings.
In
I
nomine
see.
Patri et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
The baby's head is very well performed.
And yet it is their mockery of it, their twisted aberrations of it, that make them truly
you think-
worthy
Has
of the
anyone
death
bothered
that will
checking
put.
inside of this thing yet?
Rio Cruciax, Diolani Nuera, Pulak Toaena, Olak Horoji.
Oh, wow. We were literally standing on the fucking end.
Maybe someone moved their foot out of the way and never see it.
Get me out of here.
I don't want teleport coming up.
I don't know how to help you.
Someone TP me out.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
You brought this upon yourself for. Alright, hang on.
Oh, he's almost made it.
Help me.
And Dino down.
Alright, Vor, hold still for a second. Teleport coming. Where's Vor? Poof.
Hey, thank you.
Okay.
Now let's try that again.
Alright, what do we got?
So we have found intel. It says the comm unit was badly damaged. It seems to have been cut off with an energy blade. Now things are growing concerning. Perhaps the theory is some form of heretics.
Reaper 1, swing over to the last position of Vindicator. We're going to need a pickup from over here.
Good copy, already nearby.
Lux.
Yes?
User left your channel.
How are
User
the
joined
human
your
slash
channel.
pad artists? I've seen Ungwe paint humans they've never seen before better.
Oh, that is because they are inferior in everything.
Who did what now?
Look at their paintings! They look nothing like humans.
Is there a building on that location? Because it's invisible for me if there is.
So should we be expecting the heretic contact?
Yes, Hachi, there is.
It is
Yes,
possible
there's a
for you
building
to
right
actually jump into it. If you press shift space at the right time, you'll get in as well.
Close enough. Ah! Zeldaron made it in.
Alright, where are we going? Head us over towards...
Oh, I see.
the thermal signature. We're going to go pick up our stalker boys.
Hey, firm.
Also, it would appear your other one.
It looks like they might have picked something up. Stalker,
See, that's why I think it's a timer thing, because the doors aren't closing at the speed.
Oh dear, my apologies, Reaper. I have taken control of your weapons.
Don't apologize. There's nothing wrong with this.
My apologies, Reaper. I have taken control of your weapon system.
Nothing wrong with that. If you could just make sure it's realigned now.
Still landing there. It's way too thin.
Say what?
It's gonna hurt. Don't hurt yourselves. Never mind. We've been wrong.
What were you saying? I didn't even hear you.
Nothing.
Were you saying it was way too dense?
It's a little bit. I thought it was a little bit too thin for this thing's pylons to fit.
It was looking like it, but I thought we had some space.
Yeah. The stalker pilot.
Alright, piling in.
Stalker on board.
Alright, where did everyone drop you?
Let's at least be inside out of the range and discuss what we just found.
Mein Gott in Himmel is this fucking pizza. Everybody trying to talk. And I think somebody also is hot radio.
Yeah, they are.
Test.
Yeah, somebody's not liking it.
Crew comm.
Alright, let's see here. Turn this off.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Alright, let's see whose
Wait,
stuff
what?
is. It seems like both Nox and Zal are hot liking in some fashion. Although it's
If
mostly
you are
Nox
jumping
from
into
the looks of
planning,
it.
please switch to the crew channel.
Alright, all personnel switch to the crew channel. Alright, that should be a bit better.
Alright.
Okay. So it looks like we've pulled some intel here. Got a damaged comm unit. Looks like it was ripped out of someone's armor using an energy blade. Judging by the make, this is from the arm unit of at least another Ultra. Really, Star?
Reaper, if you would like, I will I can exit the vehicle now and enter a passenger seat.
The Field Marshal,
Yes.
the intel we did find mentioned something about. Let me replay it.
But do you have any LZ
Seeks to preserve what any who has seen the data known to be false. I don't exactly know what that means, but it sounds like the Ultra has started killing his own men.
Perhaps, which is concerning. We still have no sign of the,
Zal, you're hot liking something fierce.
Yeah. We still have no sign of the team that had the honor guard with it. We do have, thanks to Stalker info on a rebel base nearby. They seem to have had something to do with what happened to the teams. I'm making that our next objective. Let's head down there and rip that place apart and pull that base down brick by brick if we have to until we find something usable.
Who is hot micing?
Zal.
I'm trying to fix it. Give me a minute.
Either go to voice mod or TeamSpeak and just turn down your voice, turn up your voice detection settings.
Alright. Everyone get ready for a landing.
Do you want Stalker somewhere, or you guys want us to roll too?
I want Stalker to find an elevated position where you can get some good overwatch and provide some fire support if you can. Looks like that'll be a bit of a problem though. The town we're going to is going to be on higher ground. Find what you can and give us some sniper work.
It looks like there is a hill just right next to where we will be landing that might provide at least some sort of elevated position.
Yeah, agreed. Scam, there is information concerning a fuel depot on the north end of this settlement. Remove it, please.
I'm going to warn everybody now, I did switch out for a human rifle.
Alright, jump out. Indicator. Fucking... What's the word that I'm looking for? Just get out of the vehicle.
Disembark.
Clear. You're clear to head back to the landing zone. There should be a couple Banshees that will be waiting there for you when you arrive if you want to provide some CAS.
Good, Tommy. I'm
Alright,
probably gonna
Indicator, form up on the field master.
use it to move them around.
Who's currently behind all of you idiots? Alright, space it out a little bit, guys. We're a little bit close.
You stay right before Lux goes shoulder to shoulder with you.
Yeah. Skill, hold on before you go striking that fuel depot. I want to see if Stalker can get us some visuals on what's in the town. Copy that. Stalker has visuals on thermal targets already.
Is that a guard tower?
Skill, you're walking right towards them.
Bastion, this is Reaper. How copy?
Here, Reaper. Wait one.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Stalker has permission to open fire on the thermal targets. They are human.
Okay, there are human. Copy that. Are we allowed to engage?
Stand by. Go ahead, Reaper.
I'm seeing no banshees at the base.
They should be on the landing strip where there's a couple smoking wrecks left.
Affirm, thank you.
Alright. Scal, stand by. I'm going to lead Vindicator in closer before you pull the trigger.
Copy that. We'll be ready.
Alright guys, move up with me.
Stalker is also ready.
Alright guys, it's gonna be a few hundred meters of open ground before we can actually get some cover. Get ready. It's gonna be a bit of a run.
Zen, you're within like 1 meter of me.
Yeah, but I was here first.
I'm formed off of
Alright. Scal, Stalker, go on my mark.
Copy that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark.
Alas, go, go, go! There's a lot of lights in that town.
User left your channel. User joined your channel.
Contacts ahead, don't stop moving. More contacts next down the road. Circuit clear. Moving south.
This building is false. This building is also false.
Reloading. Vic. Nothing surge selected.
Reloading. Breaching into the building.
Room clear.
Room clear. Room clear. Breaching into the room. Building is clear. Breaching into this building.
Breaching.
This building is clear.
This is Phil, I've got something. I have got a Shadow Ultra here. Missing comm unit. Got a hole through the helmet.
Particle acceleration or projectile.
Particle acceleration looks relatively similar. No, dead on similar to one of our sniper rifles. Someone punched a hole through it. Alright, getting back on the road and continuing to clear structures.
Hearing shots coming from the south-southwest.
Fire in the sky. Check the structures, make sure we don't leave anyone behind.
Contacts coming from the west. Oh, wait, no, negative. Never mind, never mind. Believe that was Skell moving up.
This is Zen. I'm going to be yellow for a second here. I'm healing.
Hey, firm. Everyone meet up at the church if you can move. Let's patch up our wounds and fix ourselves right here.
Clearing.
Hey, firm. If you're not injured, go through, make sure every last structure is clear. I do not want any surprises.
My, Zen, you have been doing quite well, earning yourself quite a bit of honor.
Y'all done in the town, or are you guys still doing stuff?
We're meeting at the place of worship.
Bring it in, Hachi.
Good copy.
Well, we don't have a cast for you. I half expected the place to be a little bit more difficult.
I ain't worried about it.
I will join you all inside of the place of worship shortly. I need to go retrieve something.
On the ground. East side of the village. Southeast.
Is this the ultra that you, yes. Doesn't seem like this would be an area he would be pulled up in either.
No, it looks like he was dragged in here. Humans found him. Boots are covered in muck. Fortunately, I can't actually pick the body up. Obnoxious. Alright.
Are you proud about your, what is it, this, that you've been... Ah, yes,
My kill count.
That's what I was saying. You've been proving yourself quite honorable. Done well.
I guess there is no church here.
No, I guess we're taking that as a souvenir.
Why not? It's more firepower.
Yeah, we can use it for parts. Are we loading up?
Yeah, I don't feel like racking my brain enough to figure it out. I don't know.
Why is this guy handing
Kurt,
us
why do you have
the
such a heretical weapon on yourself?
Was there another warthog up
There
there?
is.
I didn't see anything.
You can't see a thing, can you?
Oh, we saw two.
Why, hello, my brother. Are you here to join our service?
Alright. That would be weird. All forces get inside of the place of worship, please.
You heard him, all forces inside the place of worship.
What's this person's
I've
obsession
got enough rainwater in my helmet for the moment.
I mean, I guess their religion's okay with,
Hello?
whatever the fuck this is.
This man's not even reading the book. He's facing it towards us.
Is he telling us to, what's with the hands? Look at his hand.
Show us the content of the book.
User left your channel. User joined
What's
your
that
channel.
hand signal he's making?
Why is this man a tree?
It seems to
Wait, why is there
symbolize
people
the
in the tree?
It seems to symbolize what he believes to be the power and superiority of his skin color.
Oh god.
Lovely.
Dear God.
That's not family friendly.
That's why my stream is marked as not family friendly content.
Why do these human gods not know what fucking shoes are?
I don't fully understand it. Alright.
They're humans.
That's not the thing about it.
So, we did manage to find what I can confirm as the leader of the first team. Still no sign of the rest of his forces, but his comm unit has been removed, and there is a hole through his helmet that matches the nature of a puncture wound delivered by one of our special application rifles, one of our snipers. At this time, we still have no leads on the rest of our missing brothers, but at least we've found something. Pardon me just 1 second here. So, as for this initial operation, we have completed what objectives we know. The overall situation has not improved that much, but at least we have something to go on. I'm going to be contacting the Fleet of Fervent Intercession with the possibility of sending along some further forces to do something about our current situation. Pack up your things, and let's see about getting ourselves back to the initial landing point. We'll have to establish some kind of base of operations there and continue searching for what's left of our brothers. Pack up your gear and let's get going. You're dismissed. Let's go.
What is that smell? Hey, you Grutis Jirahana. Smells like
Jirahana?
what? The apes are here?
I certainly hope not.
It smells like fruit in there at the very least.
Hey, Phil, I see the vehicles you were talking about.
I've been tapped.
Vehicles?
Explosions. Contacts?
Stop. Zen, stop. You're going into his backlash.
What's coming? What vehicles?
Multiple vehicles incoming. Backless area clear. Never mind. Engaging contact disembarking.
All forces spread out counter.
Last. Inoperable. Vindicator, hold back and maintain distance. Push together as a group.
Warthogs incoming. Multiple soldiers have disembarked. Keep your eyes on the ridge line. Try not to hit our brothers.
I want at least 2 or 3 Vindicator members moving to the southeast ridge.
Zal, stick with me. Hey, firm. All forces move up, check to make sure there's no survivors on these transports. This is what happens when I'm not pencil pushing. I can't keep track of all the comm chatter that's going on this planet. Such a wonderful change of pace. Fire coming in. Still more contact set.
Vindicator, keep pushing up to that tree line.
Walk and cover fire. Let's go. Stick to bursts.
Tree line clear, hold your fire.
Hold fire, hold fire. Alright, don't go chasing too far. Hachi, swing back and pick up the spear. Let's get out of here before more of these idiots show up.
Clearing this building.
Hachi, swap back and pick up the spear. Spirit, let's get our butts out of here before we have any more unwelcome guests.
Good copy doing so at this time.
This building appears to be clear. I do not understand the creation of buildings with multiple floors, yet no way to actually access them.
I don't pretend to understand it either.
It's almost as if they would be repurposing assets from times
return
when
to
they
the southern
didn't
end
have
of
such
the
powerful technology.
settlement. Let's get loaded up and get out of here.
Wait, you mean human doors don't just open up when you're in
This situation has left me with more of a headache than I care for.
Punch them down.
I'm sorry, what?
Certainly not when you try to knock them down.
All forces rally on me.
Where did he go? Oh, how did he get over there?
Go and hold your positions. I'm back at the Spirit.
Indicator, full security.
Zaldaron, I've got the north.
Looks Bolans has west.
Zen has south.
Ada has east.
Hachi forces are standing by at LZ Headache.
Good copy.
Such a fitting name.
This situation is causing such lovely problems for me.
Oh?
This is on the battlefield for once. It's a nice change of pace.
And what kind of issues are you having, Field Master?
Well, we're still minus a honor guard and about 24 Sangheili.
Ah, yes, of course. All right, indicator, start loading in.
All forces load up.
Do the humans have let Golo on this world?
Not the inventory. God damn it, not the inventory!
All aboard. Alright.
All in. Do the humans have let Golo on this world?
Why have you... Brother, why?
Yeah.
As for the questions to let go, why? Why do you ask?
On my thermals, I saw what appeared to be a let Golo worm kind of just crawling away from us.
Ah. That was merely a large reptile. I believe they call them snockers.
Weird.
It's fucking hot.
Nice landing joke with the other spirit, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
That's a building.
What?
There's a building underneath your butt.
No, there's... I'm not in one. Or I don't see one, so we're fine.
Yes,
Oh.
our butt is firmly facing through it. But fine.
Well...
Alright, everyone disembark.
Am I the only one that is worried that by the time it actually does load for Hachi, it will suddenly just decide to go?
No, there's no building, just like there wasn't any churches.
Wait, so Hachi doesn't see this at all. Weird. He landed this through a building, and the physics of the ship doesn't care, and Hachi is fine.
I shall appropriate a human tune. Oh, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Pretty much.
Where's my letters?
.exe has stopped responding.
Fuck now.
Physics.exe.
Oh dear.
Colliding.
Oh, okay, was that somebody just throwing a fucking flare?
That was a flare. That was a flare.
Jeez.
I thought someone blew
There's
it
no
up.
building here. You are having hallucinations, Zealot.
Is it a group
No, I
hallucination?
think you are.
You are the only person that is not seeing it. I
Well, then
believe
explain
we
why
should
my
have...
Alright,
explain
everyone
why
lock
my
it up.
spirit isn't dead then.
Lock it up, let's get this over with. Okay, now that we are done with the actual thematic part of things, welcome to the debrief that is the actual debrief. This has been Shadow of Truth Part 1, for those of you that have not realized the name of the operation yet. Let's see, let's start off with our leadership for some squad PTSs, and then we'll move to PTSs from everyone else. So, Luke, go ahead and start us off, would you?
Let's see, so... we started off with all of our investigations, which was, very nice. Here, actually, in fact. That was rather interesting to start off the investigations where we landed without even actually moving anywhere, or rather, where we spawned. That's something I hadn't encountered before. On top of that, after that we started, we moved to the town of Arma, cleared that out rather nicely, found some interesting intelligence, and then picked up a skill, and then went to Shadow Ultra. Overall, I believe we did well. Let's see. So we had,
User left
definitely
your
some...
channel. User joined your
Some of
channel.
our men doing some very good work. Let's see. Overall, a few things that I would like to get us hammered down a little bit better as a group, particularly as a platoon and as a primary infantry fighting force. Moving together as a group, properly forming up immediately after the pardon me. Oh, sorry. You need to start loading in more often, the Stalker. That way I actually remember that you are people who exist.
Definitely be trying to.
Yeah.
Well, it is very nice to at least see you here like this now. Let's see, anywho, where was I? Ah, yes, so, we need to practice more moving together as a group, particularly not following the other detachments. On top of that, the only actual issue I have, though, is, with that of, with the movements of Skell, which I will discuss with, their leaders later on. Just about, tactics when moving in concerto with troops.
Everyone hold on for a second. I'm going to push us to daytime so it's not pitch black around here.
Nighttime!
Yeah! He's back.
I was wondering when the Ungoy would make an appearance.
Nighttime!
Oh, there's daytime. Christ.
Hey.
Pardon me a second while I actually give myself some plasma so I can stop having things partly grayed out.
Why not call upon the grace of the gods?
Because I feel like being stubborn. I don't want to go back into the Zeus mode right now. Because every time it does, I wind up missing a part of what people are saying because it swaps me through channels for a second. Okay. So there is Vindicator. Let's go with our stealth boys. Stalker, what you got? I guess I'm gonna want from, I think Kern is the higher of the two of you?
Yeah.
So,
dropped in, what is it, around, Necroshook, headed south towards the Petrol, ended up getting stuck in a tree after the drop. I think we actually both did.
Yeah, I actually watched you guys. I jumped to Zeus mode because I thought you guys were gonna need to get unstuck.
Thankfully wasn't needed. Saw a full squad of human insurrectionists at ES Petrol took them all down. Not sure where we found the intel, but we did get it.
Yep.
Linked up with Vindicator and head down towards Alina, and nothing too notable to report. Did a pretty damn good job.
Yeah, you guys certainly seem to have a good bit of kills on the system. I got Resto sitting at 25 kills right now.
Nice job.
Yep.
Very nice. Alright. Let's go. Nox. What did you give me a rundown of what you did?
Vindicator go run, Skull go ha ha ha, make boom.
Really? Really? Well, I will admit the detonation was nice from where we were inside of the base. That thunderous boom when the fuel depot went up. I'm glad at least some parts of my operation actually triggered correctly.
Yeah.
Hachi, I would ask you to give me some feedback. I know I did not provide you with much to actually do. You are currently on whispering, by the way.
I'm rather entertained today.
You're still
very quiet.
There we go.
Entertained, yes. Good.
There we go.
Am I louder now? Yeah, no?
Yes.
Oh, well.
Yes.
Alright, well, I'm entertained. It was a lot of fun. Whenever I wasn't doing much, I was watching body cams and seeing how you guys were progressing, which allowed me to realize where you guys were at. And I was figuring I was going to go pick up Stalker first, but you guys ended up finishing slightly ahead of them.
Yep.
So.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that was fun. And it was entertaining. Because you had mentioned the convoy was going to be coming, however, it was entertaining to see it just showing up as we were getting ready to go. I had fun. It was entertaining, especially with the buildings. Buildings are fun.
You mean the buildings you can't see?
Yeah.
You're currently standing inside of the rubble of one of them, by the way.
Yeah,
Yes,
I know.
you are.
Well, at least this solves my question about the whole church thing, because I was wondering if I could have landed inside of it earlier.
Yeah,
and now I know I can.
Yeah.
Now you know, and knowing is half the battle. The other half is equal parts plasma and glassing beams.
Yeah. Alright, so from my standpoint, I had freaking fun being able to be on the battlefield for once. Some of my stuff did not trigger appropriately, but at least I was able to actually join you guys in the field, which was a lovely thing for me and proves that I can actually get this shit to work correctly and, fight with you guys instead of just being a voice in the fucking sky, which is a nice change. Unfortunately, you got the intel from my checkpoints that were set up around this area, but unfortunately the actual objective markers didn't want to clear. But thankfully, once we pushed onto other objectives, some of them cleared correctly. Like when we got into the area around Rama, there was actually a whole big trigger set up to actually initiate. It was supposed to initiate music and also give us the hint that there were enemy forces detected. It seemed to actually pick up the fact that there were enemy forces that we had crossed the area. It triggered the appropriate elements of the objective so we could actually, say, oh, we have to clear this area of targets. And then once that was cleared, we actually we have to go back to the church and then find some intel, which, again, did not trigger correctly and still has some objective marker on the map, because apparently shit wants to be weird. Yeah. Stalker, where you probably found your intel was actually inside of a little building underneath the fuel canopy at the ES Petrol location. Apparently that location wanted to trigger correctly, but the other ones did not, so I'll take it where I can get it. But at least everything else seemed to trigger as I intended to.
Yeah, on that note, whenever there's intel in an op, you can read it by going to map, and then anything that says intel, bada bing, bada boom. That's what you just picked up or triggered or etc.
I was actually able to set a couple categories to have them pop up correctly, but some other ones didn't, so I had to effectively force a couple things to cooperate. That's why you see, you know, you have the Ars Intel with the damage column unit. I had to actually manually generate that one because the trigger was not firing despite the fact there were 3 of you guys standing on it.
Yep.
But I tried to minimize the actual searching for the intel by using triggers, but apparently those like to be a little bit ornery. But at least things worked out well. I will ask before I go into taking PTSs from the group in general, how did you like the kind of weird aspect to everything? This is kind of intentionally a very hinky sort of feeling off, and I'm curious how everyone felt about it and if everything came through as intended.
The mystery and intrigue was definitely interesting.
I loved it.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
I liked it a lot, yeah.
Are we resuming when we get to some nap time?
I may be looking too deep into it, but I see no less than 3 potential possibilities I could see going on here.
Yeah, oh, there's shit that you guys are gonna find out because there's parts of this map that are already built that you guys don't know about yet.
Ooh, can't wait.
Excuse me while I go log into Zeus.
I have intentionally avoided using this map because I wanted to actually set up some creep shit happening on here, some spook type deals. So we'll be able to explore some different parts of this map and have some fun.
Yeah,
I like
can't wait
the
for
All right,
This is going to turn into one hell of a thing.
I like the non-combat sections. That's actually what I've been looking forward to do for some time now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm actually going to be creating, for those of you that are interested in how I set some of this stuff up, I'm actually going to be creating some walkthrough stuff to post on YouTube about what I did to actually make some of the triggers and whatnot, so that other folks that are learning to make maps can play with it, and we can get some interesting other pieces to the puzzles, or have other people make their own puzzles.
Ooh, I like the sound of these.
Yes, I enjoy a roleplay aspect to things, and it's been kind of lacking, but now that I finally figured out some of the systems, I can actually incorporate it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to take, let's go for a total of 4, we'll go with 3, because I always say, like, oh, I'm going to go for, like, a bunch of PTSs, and then no one's actually got
I believe,
PTSs
no, Zen actually did put, or no, sorry, it was Zal.
Yeah, Zal just dropped a PTS. So, I'm going to take 3 independent PTSs, and if anyone else has something that really needs to be said afterwards, I'll open the floor to them. So, we got Zal. We got anyone else? Going once? I'll let Zal speak his piece, and then someone else might want to add something.
User left your channel.
Can
User
everyone hear
joined
me
your
all
channel.
right because of the friggin' rain?
Yeah, Zal. Yeah. Go ahead.
Just for, safety's sake, when you're pushing up, please remember the people that are firing behind you, just in case you need to cross. Like, I was trying to do my best to cover on 2 different occasions that I can bring to mind, and not going to mention any names, but the exact same person crossed in front of my line of fire without announcing it twice. That is how you get shot. That is all.
Real quick, if you would please, shoot me with that once, please. I would like to see just how much damage it actually does.
I'm sorry, I heard like maybe every other
Please
syllable of what you
shoot
said.
me once.
Shoot him once.
Shoot him lots.
Shoot her! Shoot
I would like shoot me once. I would like to see just how much damage it does.
Yeah. Wants to see what
Hold on
it does
to
to
friggin' get my head tracking back in.
He just immediately ragdolls.
Hold on.
Excuse me,
Empty battery.
Yeah.
worries me.
Well,
No.
we have our
No
answer now,
worries
don't we?
me.
No. It took about half shield. In all seriousness, though, it took about half shield.
But yeah.
You know what I expected, yeah.
I'm glad to see it does have at least no small amount of its own damage, and
Actually,
it does.
I probably should have shot you with this, considering this was what I was firing at the time.
Ah. Oh, I need to actually fucking activate the suit again. God damn it.
Let's do it now.
Focus on you, it has been activated. Whoa!
Okay.
If we
Shoot him
all
once,
open,
I am curious.
we all open on fire.
Hold a moment. Shoot again. Barely anything.
Awesome.
Okay. How about
You know the
with
curvature
this?
of that has done just slightly less than a quarter shields.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a problem.
That
So, yeah,
was the exact firing rate that I was using at the time of the person crossing in front of me. A 3-round burst.
Yeah.
Be
That was
aware
less-
of your
Or
location
no.
and-
It did less than a quarter shield's worth of damage.
That's fair, but we don't need to be shooting each other.
Of course.
That
Good
that
habits
was
to
my
get into.
point. I mean, I understand our shields are meant to take an ass whooping. I get it, but you know, for not etiquette, fucking protocol and safety's sake.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Especially if someone's firing a rocket launcher. You don't need to have someone cross.
Because
Yeah,
that
we
actually
test
almost
that.
did happen.
On a different note of intrigue, who believes they may have gotten, injured the most? I believe Fell, the fieldmaster, was.
Yeah, I went face first into a barn full of insurrectionists.
Yeah,
I knew they were there too, and because I placed them there, and I actually walked right into it. For
The
those
barns,
fishing giggles.
the barns on this map and whatever other map uses these barns, my god, are they a pain in my flank.
Yep. I actively had them garrison that building pretty heavily. There was 2 squads worth of guys in it.
I'm not even talking about that. It's the fact that they seem to disregard bullets going one way but not the other. Or perhaps
yeah,
it's
the
just
plasma
plasma fire. I don't know.
The plasma doesn't have any bullet penetration, but the solid state weaponry does. It's kind of a problem.
Alright,
So if
so
we can ever get the carbine fixed, we can actually, do
did
the
you not
same.
hear me? Did you not hear me talking earlier about that?
Oh, is that actually being implemented?
Well, good news. We have found the fix. Apparently,
Yes.
apparently,
Fucking
the
time.
bullets were moving too fast.
Okay.
What the?
I'm sorry,
Okay.
logic does not compute here. What the?
The calculations for the bullets moved too fast for Ace to actually compute them as something that would penetrate or could penetrate armor.
Yeah, I know some of the scripting for it, and it's basically this fucking crazy algorithm. So effectively, it must be some kind of multiplication that's way too fucking high.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
let me see if
Yeah.
I may
Wait,
well
numbers.
actually have it up and open
Let's
somewhere.
not worry about that. Does anyone else have any PTSs right now?
I believe I did see one. Zen.
Yeah, I think I know what happened here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I believe they just lost the game. God damn it, no one can see it. Oh, fuck!
Okay. Give him a break. You don't need to kill him.
Are you sure?
Wounding, maiming,
I'm fairly certain
injuring,
that
that
is
is fine, but we do not need to bring him to death. The brink is
Phew,
fine.
now I'm gonna kill myself out of spite.
If you do it, you must go hurt black.
Oh boy.
That's not going to do anything. I do need to speak with, why have I forgotten the man's name now? I do need to speak with the primary mod creator of the shield mods because,
Akaviri.
yeah, Akaviri, because explosions do absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
I was thinking about that too.
You say that, and then that thermal barrack just about fucking killed, who was it? Gressa?
Yeah, I was on the bed.
Are you kidding
I mean,
me?
did he have
Is
shields
that-
activated at that point?
My shield
Yes.
was up.
I wonder that.
Those thermal barracks are not, don't you fucking dare.
This way.
That's
I think
penetrator,
it's-
that's
So wait,
penetrator.
wait,
Okay, I do have the
wait,
thermal
wait.
barrack. We will test it later. I'm just making sure that I have them.
You can go back now, Lost, and turn around and send it.
So,
Later.
something exploded just after I spawned, but my suit wasn't activated, so I immediately fucking got shrapnel in my leg. So, I'm gonna line up against the wall and someone shoots me.
Okay, does anyone else have any PTSs at all?
No, I just have a question.
What in the...
I'm bringing it down so there's like a range.
Alright, so who would like to be the one to test out
Me.
thermobaric
Before we get into shooting each other, I will be posting for a request for any further feedback on the Discord. We are officially wrapped up Shadow of Truth Part 1. Good job, guys.
Indeed. Alright, go over there. Stand a little
Over
bit.
here?
No, over there. There we go.
God,
Pretty much where Nox is.
come with me, so I can actually hear you.
Back blast area clear! Rocket! Oh, goddamn reload animation.
Tactical reload.
Rocket!
Whoa, there goes Nox.
User left your channel.
What was that?
I believe it worked.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Hachi disconnected.
Oh god.
And there was no one who couldn't see it in the film.
It's a rave. Get in there. Rave time.
Wait, they're making love. This is beautiful.
Oh, I didn't get a
Wait, how does
screenshot.
that
They were
work?
mating.
How does that work, though?
Alright.
Oh my, by the prophets. I was not expecting that, I was not prepared for that, but my god, is that glorious.
I literally could hear you laughing from across the fucking road.
When we got hit, it like turned off my shield HUD and everything. It was weird.
That didn't do jack shit to me.
That's interesting. So, it hit you, it turned it off. It deactivated it, but it didn't actually drain them?
I have an idea. Shoot it at me. Let's see if it's just the armor.
I do not have a thermobaric, so let me use cheats. And I am going to end the stream after 12. I'll keep it for posterity's sake.
Aggressive typing.
Yes, very aggressive typing. Why? ¿Por qué? Oh, okay. No, I do have more thermobaric rockets. Never mind. Okay. Aggressive squeak. Why do you do this then?
Backblast right in my face.
Who's the one that wanted to get smacked with it?
The flappy one.
Alright. Flappy Bird, go yeet!
Oh, I tripped.
What?
Zero damage, but completely...
Yeah, it didn't hurt me.
Completely yeeted my shields, did not deactivate them, and did absolute jack shit to myself.
So nothing happened to you then?
You didn't hit me, but it like
Not
took like a
health-wise,
little.
no, but it did yeet the shields.
It took me a bit, but you didn't hit me.
Interesting. Now, and you had
It
to
also-
recharge them?
Yeah,
No,
it completely depleted my shields and yeeted me about 3 to 6
Then
feet
let's
backwards.
try a
You didn't hit
penetrator.
me.
Let's try a
Here.
penetrator then.
Try it on me.
Also,
Yes,
please do
because
not
whoever
stand
hit me
behind
with
me.
the plasma afterwards fucked me up.
That's a great moment to put into a...
Backlast area clear! Goddamn reload!
Damn it.
Rock. Motherfucker.
Is there a rocket in this?
Rocket.
Oh, fuck.
Who did that and why? I didn't shoot you. Go back, Teresa. Rocket. I missed.
Don't knock him over.
Yeah, no, I didn't. They just knocked us back.
Apparently I'm a god.
Everyone's a god. This is
He's got no shield.
Holy Theo.
I have no shield, but no, my health is fine.
Okay, so the direct impact at least hurt. So
It
getting
turns
hit.
off your shield.
Okay, so that is at least good news, but now, you'll excuse me.
You're gonna test it yourself, aren't you?
Well, no, actually.
Like,
Here.
everyone else is, like, turning their shields off, but it's not.
It literally does
That took
nothing.
off that did barely anything. I just took a little shit
Yeah.
off.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that didn't even do shit to me.
Yeah, that's doing jack shit.
Hold on.
They took out my shield.
Let's try this one.
I'm going to try something else now, actually.
Literally no rockets hurt you. I just rocked myself with no the HUD off, and it didn't even hurt me.
Wow. Wow.
That is
was
interesting.
I hit you guys almost directly with one of those, and it has done...
Nothing.
Not what I wanted.
You hit me directly, and it did nothing.
Okay. Well.
Not
it
even
So
my
apparently
shield.
we're stronger than a fucking scorpion tank.
Not even my shield broke. That literally did nothing when it hit me.
Yeah. It must have been the secondary explosions from shit getting toasted by the thermal barrack that wrecked stuff before.
Alright, somebody is about to get yeeted hard with many grenades. I need a volunteer.
Fire away.
Did I just generate M9 frag system?
No.
Oh. No, he's got the grenade launcher.
Okay, the grenade launcher sights on this one is busted. Give me 1 moment. Or maybe it's just my big fat fucking fingers. I don't know.
Probably, if I'm
You're
honest.
looking at a range of 55.
There we go, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
It wasn't enough to actually... It dumped somebody... It dumped somebody's shields. I saw somebody take damage, but it didn't actually use the explosive.
Quite arm. Their shields aren't even down.
You almost fully depleted my shields.
How do you hold your grenades like that?
That's like you're shooting like fucking bullets.
Shields
or
down.
nothing at us.
Now his shields are down.
Yeah, now his shields are down, but when you're hitting me, I was doing nothing.
0 damage to my person.
So there's no rules now, right?
We are doing testing, so I would appreciate
Now
you to
that's
read me down.
Damn it.
Now, Raisa. Here. Actually, no. Hold. Let's see.
User disconnected from your
Alright, I'll leave
channel.
you guys to testing.
Any of that damage? Did any of that damage?
Negative.
User left your channel.
I'll go check.
So splash does nothing.
No, it takes maybe like a 6
He's hurt.
of your
Finally
shield.
is hurt. Yeah, he is finally hurt.
Ooh, that took a good chunk.
I'm wondering if it's just because of mine armor, because technically Starker and Ultras and
My
everyone
shields
else have
just kept
different armor on it.
regenning past that.
That actually
Negative
my
to
shield down a
minimal.
little bit. I don't know what it was.
It's probably shrapnel or fragmentation.
Ooh, that one took out a lot.
That's probably because I actually directly hit you, Ato.
I think it's.
Oh.
I think it's got to be in a certain spot till
No
it actually
shield or
does damage.
personal damage. Oh, wait.
You have personal damage.
You do have personal damage, though.
Yeah, my arm from like
Here, just
the
try
second
shooting
or
me
third
from it.
volley, but everything since then has
So
barely even damaged my
stay
shield.
there. So basically, Raisa, get on 220. That way we can talk a little bit easier. Did you hear me, Raisa? Get on 220, yeah. You on 220, Raisa?
Yep, I'm on here. Hello.
Alright, nice.
Alright, go ahead.
Nope.
Damn fingers keep getting in the way of the sights.
I think I stuck a grenade for you. I apologize.
Nah, it's alright.
A little bit, a shield. Not much, and I'm full shield.
It's not like it did any damage to me.
Shield's almost destroyed. Back up to full.
That's because I actually hit you with one. So this will
Yeah.
be a direct hit on you.
Okay. Okay, there goes my whole shield. I know what it's doing. When you directly hit on, the fragments are getting stuck to it and it's multiplying the hits.
Let me try
That's what's happening, because now my leg's broke.
See, so the fucking the way it should be, basically from the looks of it, from what come on, move forward.
User left your channel.
Basically,
User
from what I've
joined
been
your
able to
channel.
identify, it doesn't identify splash damage. It doesn't at least identify direct damage, or rather, there's a large fall off for splash damage.
Yeah. So, from what I can figure out, when the shield gets depleted, shrapnel will get stuck to the looks like our body, and it will just then bounce off multiple times and then go off. That's what's seeming. Oh, now my shield's fully gone.
Oh, here goes Ethan.
You just got shot directly with a grenade. That's
Yeah, it's the direct hits that's doing it, not so much the actual explosions themselves. I might have to talk to the. Why have I forgotten his name again already? God damn it! Ow.
That's a smoke grenade I just hit you with.
Yep. Oh yeah, and this thing has 8 gauge pellets I can load into it too.
Oh god.
Hit me. That did nothing.
I think this is my last one. No, I've got 2 more.
Nope, nothing.
Okay, guys.
Pellets
I'm
are
gonna leave.
useless.
It's freaking late here.
Hey, Toad, did you eat the smoke grenade?
Later, boy.
No.
Vape Nation.
Have a good night.
Well, that's interesting. At least you found out stuff like that.
Yep.
Will you be there tomorrow?
Hey, at least let's hey, at least we can just jump into rockets for days and not get hurt.
I can barely hear
Well,
you.
no, we'll still get hurt. It's just the fucking. It's just them hitting us directly. That's the problem.
I said, will you two be there tomorrow for Star Wars?
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
done
this was
playing
fun.
Star Wars.
Alright, I'm gonna head out for now. I got
User
some stuff
left
to do.
your channel.
All right,
User
have a
joined
good
your
one.
channel.
We were really like
Still kind of